Okay, part two of the day. And I have about 30 minutes. So I may or may not go into the 42 laws right now. I may do this, get ready for my obligation that I have, and then we will go in this evening if I have some time. But it's once I start work, it's very hard for me to switch tracks and get back into this stuff. But it is coming, so if you haven't looked into them already, you can hold off and I'll make sure to do a little video on them just because they're insightful and they're helpful to just be aware of. But now we are going into Surah 47, which is Muhammad. And this is a great surah. Again, says a lot of the things that may have been mentioned before, but there are actually some new revelations in this one, which I do enjoy. So let's get started. Surah 47, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. But those who believe and work deeds of righteousness and believe in the revelation sent down to Muhammad, for it is the truth from their Lord. He will remove from them their ills and improve their condition. But to those who receive guidance, he increases the light of guidance and bestows on them their piety and restraint from evil. Know therefore that there is no God but Allah, and ask forgiveness for thy fault and for the men and women who believe. For Allah knows how ye move about and how ye dwell in your homes. So this is if you believe and you understand, God is always with you, and He goes about helping you stay on track. If you weren't already, you are now coming into revelation, He will be very present and can help you continue on in your ways, okay, in your positive ways. But how will it be when angels take their souls at death and smite their faces and their backs? This is because they followed that which called forth the wrath of Allah, and they hated Allah's good pleasure. So He made their deeds of no effect. And this is talking about the unbelievers or people who reject the truth. And basically saying, even say you do all this good, a lot of what we talked about before, say you're doing all these good things, but you still reject the promise of Allah, or the truth of Allah, basically your deeds have no weight. They hold no weight. And again, this is all recorded very accurately, and if you're doing good things but it's not in the truth, or if you're you know what I'm trying to say, they basically hold no true weight. So it's important to listen and to become accustomed to understanding and knowing God and knowing His Son, obviously, which is acknowledged, and obviously Muhammad too. He was a very trusted prophet. A lot of people will argue that he's also a son of God if you take the Christian perspective. So that's something to think about. But Muhammad is great. A lot of Christians won't say that. They say that he was violent and such, but he's very knowledgeable and a good prophet. Okay. And we shall try you until we test those among you who strive their utmost and persevere in patience. We shall try you, your reported medal. And I actually have to look up medal. I wasn't sure what that meant, so I have it in the notes. It's a person's ability to cope well with difficulties or to face a demanding situation in a spirited and resilient way. So if you're trying your best and you're always faced with adversity, or you're always faced with something that's testing you, don't get discouraged, because that is a test. And the more patience and what does it say? The more patience and perseverance that you have, it will help propel you further, and therefore your good deeds are weighted heavier with all that perseverance. So be not weary and faint-hearted, crying for peace, when ye should be uppermost, for Allah is with you, and we will never put you in loss for your good deeds. Exactly what I just said. So you will never be in loss Um, and do not, don't dwell. If something is giving you a hard time, if you're constantly facing a situation that's really testing you, just still remember that gratitude and hold on to that gratitude and be thankful for all that you do have, and be thankful. Say thank you for the test coming your way. Say thank you for allowing me to be strong, for handling the situation with courage. Thank you for allowing me to experience this perspective. There's so many different things that you're you're learning and you're understanding how to deal with when situations arise. So just be grateful for the opportunity that not everything is 100% smooth all the time. It's okay. It's life, right? But then this is the next one, the last one of the Surah. The life of this world is but play and amusement. And if ye believe and guard against evil, he will grant you your recompense and will not ask you to give up your possessions. So this is an interesting little tidbit. This is what I kind of have learned over the years, and a lot of people have this viewpoint as well. Life is a game, in a sense. Is very much a little world where we can play, we can experiment, we can amuse ourselves, right? But you don't want to take it too seriously, but B, fall into the traps that are so easily set up. Like, so you can lose just as easily as or I would say more easily than you can win this game. So there are traps. That's why we try to guard ourselves and guard others against the evils that are out there, because there are things set you up to lose, unfortunately. But you have to practice discernment and recognize it when you see it. And that's what I've been practicing over the years as well. Just recognize when you see a losing play, essentially. A losing play. And I've fallen victim, and this is something that's true. I've fallen victim to so many things, for the sake of playing and amusing myself, right? But God has actually saved me from all of that. So that's what I'm grateful for. Even with all of that, now I see not the damage that has occurred, but kind of the stagnation that's occurred based off of my fascinations of the past, right? It's just a lot of stagnation. You don't really go anywhere. And yeah, so, but I have been lifted out of all of that, thankfully. Deep breath with that one. And this is another little note. And he says he'll not ask you to give up your possessions. And this is an interesting thing. So if you are on guard against evil, he will not ask you to give up your possession. That's interesting. So I don't know if this means, well, I do kind of know. There is a way that some of your possessions will go on with you, which is kind of adverse to what is talked about. Most people say, like, when you die, you don't take anything with you. But as we know, the ancient Egyptians were buried with certain things, certain possessions, certain treasures, and because they believe they can take things with them. And there are certain things I believe that will go with you, not physically. I mean, you don't have to be buried with anything, obviously, but there's ways, right? There's ways that we can hold on to certain things. What those things may be, we don't know. So that's something you can think about. What in this life is so valuable that you would want to take with you? Anything material, right? Your possessions, anything that's close to your heart. What would you want to take with you? For me, it's kind of hard to think of something so valuable, but maybe over the years, something will have a lot of sentimental value. Anything sentimental. So that's interesting. That's something that I haven't really heard as of lately. And I have been thinking different thoughts about how that takes place. I know we'll get into it. I don't want to sound too out there, but I do spend a lot of time sleeping, so in the dream world, worlds. But yes, let's see. Yep. Life in this world is but play and amusement. But yeah, don't lose the game. We're here to help people win. We don't want people to lose the game. Nobody likes a sore loser. All right. Have a good day. Let's get into the 42 laws later so you have some cheat codes to how to win this game. And I will catch up with you all later in the evening, mid afternoon. We'll see. All right. Have a great Martin Luther King Jr. Day and celebrate awesomely. Enjoy your day off. Be productive. And I love you all. Bye.